What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my World Cup series. This is episode number 39, and today, guys, we get ourselves into our second group stage game here with the CONCACAF side after losing the first one by a 0 after my opponent brought Messi off the bench and he scored a header with 10 minutes to go. I was very disappointed about that game, so I played quite well, but unfortunately we did lose our opening game on the group stage, which is not really very good. I've also dropped Dos Santos to the bench, and Joel Campbell is going to play striker. Stuart Holden has also came in as well, in place of Medina, to add a little bit more quality to the CM area. So yeah, I'm going to play Campbell as a striker. I got so many comments, and I've had so many comments from people since the first episode saying, please play Joel Campbell, he's really, really good. So I have decided eventually to play Campbell, and hopefully he will turn out to be good for us. But we come against this side here for the first game of today's episode, 85 rated, 100 chemistry side. Courtois in goal, back four of Alba, Barzagli, I think, Boateng and Abate. Pogba plays holding mid, Walker on the right, Hazard on the left, and the strike partnership is Closer and Sturridge. So very good side my opponent had here, and unfortunately I didn't really fancy my chances of getting anything out of this game, but the first chance would come to us in the 31st minute as the cross gets cleared away as far as Herrera strikes it, but it's a really good stop by the Belgian goalkeeper, and it is turned behind for a corner, and from the corner it's crossed in towards the centre. Courtois gets the ball away, it comes to Fabian Johnson. Johnson collects the ball here, plays in a quick cross towards Clint Dempsey, who has a free header, but I put the ball over the bar and it goes out for a goal kick. So still 0-0 unfortunately, but in the first half it was quite a tense game. However, the only chances of the game came to us. You know, my opponent didn't really look very threatening at all, and in the 45th minute we almost made it 1-0 here. Johnson cutting from the left onto his right, but my left back shot was really well saved by Courtois. And in the 62nd minute here, you see us get the ball away from a free kick, and it comes to Joel Campbell. Campbell gets onto the ball here and gets past his man. He keeps on going. It's a good chance for a counter. He finds Clint Dempsey. Dempsey plays it back over the top to Joel Campbell. A really good chance, but I snatched at the shot, and it went harmlessly wide and out for a goal kick. So still scoreless. And in the 80th minute, Abate gives the ball to Courtois for my opponent. He gives it straight to Herrera. Herrera finds Campbell. We take aim eventually from just inside the area, but I blaze the shot over the bar, and it goes out for a goal kick. And it was how the game finished. So a 0-0 draw, not really the best of results, and after losing the first game, that does mean that we are probably pretty much all but out of the World Cup already in the group stage. And yeah, I was frustrated. That's now 2 games in a row, or 3 games in a row actually, where we failed to get a goal, and that's really, really disheartening. I just can't seem to get it sorted up top right now, and that's very, very frustrating. And yeah, again, it was one of those games where if my shooting boots were on, if I was a lot more accurate when I went through, I would have won the game, just like in the last game. But unfortunately I wasn't clinical enough, and again I had 14 shots, 9 on target, but I just couldn't score, and a 0-0 draw was the end result. And again, it's not a bad result considering the team we faced. You know, it's actually quite a good result, a draw. But the fact of the matter is, after losing the first group stage game, you've got to bounce back with a win, man. You can't just get a draw and hope for the best in the third game. You need a win, and unfortunately that draw pretty much already puts us out of the World Cup. We'll have to win the final game, and we'll also have to hope for results to go our way elsewhere, and we'll probably have to win by a couple of goals as well. So, you know, as we do come into the second and final game of today's episode, in the third group stage game, after we opened the player pack there and got Marchetti, as you can see by the group table, you know, 1 point from 2 games, a -1 goal difference. We know we have to win the final game, which we get into here. And you know, I didn't really know how to feel, to be honest, because obviously we haven't been knocked out of the group stage since our first ever attempt in like episode 2, so we've done really, really well to always make it out of the group stage and get into the knockout stages. But this is probably going to be the first time where we will fail to qualify from the group stage, and that's really annoying. And as you can see, because this guy won, our opponent won his opening 2 games, we need to win our game and also hope for results to go our way elsewhere. And of course, because you can't really tell what's going on in the other games, sometimes you get a goal update but you can't really know for sure. It's kind of frustrating to know that even a win probably wouldn't be good enough for us, to be honest. But even so, we take on this guy's team, and the first chance of the game would fall to him here as Cuadrado goes forward and finds Alexandre Pato, and unfortunately the first goal would also be scored by my opponent. Pato gets it. It's a good finish by the Brazilian, and unfortunately in a game we had to win, we're 1-0 down 13 minutes in, so we couldn't even give ourselves a chance of going through to the knockout stages. We're already 1-0 2-0 down, and it's the worst possible start. And a few minutes later, you see James Rodriguez got onto the ball and find Jackson Martinez. Martinez gets onto the ball and plays over the top towards Cuadrado. Cuadrado's running clear. I'm never going to be able to catch him, but thankfully Navas makes a really good save as Cuadrado's about to strike into the open goal. I make the challenge with Brooks and deny a certain goal, so he's still 1-0, but all the chances in the first half are coming to my opponent. I kept giving the ball away. I'd sort of conceded defeat already, to be honest, and I just couldn't seem to get the ball away here, and as he strikes it with Isla, he finds the back of the net. It's a really good goal, and unfortunately we're 2-0 down half an hour in. It was really frustrating because I couldn't get it sorted, and you know, I knew for a fact we'd probably be going out anyway, and I just thought, to be honest, I just can't do anything right now. And from this corner here in the 45th minute, we did actually manage to get a goal, and a very lucky one as well. Real stroke of fortune there. Donovan goes for the header, and Mascherano, he doesn't really tap circle enough my opponent quickly enough, and Mascherano can only control it and put it into his own net. So 2-1, an own goal from Mascherano puts us back in the game. But in the 50th minute, another great chance for my opponent here. Martinez runs clear, but thankfully he hits the bar, and we managed to get the ball away with Brooks. So still 2-1. My opponent was pressing and looking very, very deadly on the attack. But in the 55th minute, Landon Donovan gets on the ball and stops it, finds Clint Dempsey. Dempsey finds Stuart Holden, a really good chance, but I messed up the chance. It was a really, really good chance for me to make it level and make it 2-2, but unfortunately I messed up the finish and it went wide of the post and out for a goal kick. So still 2-1. We had to get another 2 goals and hope for the best and cross our fingers if we were to go through in this game. I just couldn't seem to find that second goal though, but as Herrera finds Dempsey, a nice little back heel releases Donovan. It's a good save by Muslera, and the Uruguayan tips it behind for a corner. So a nice build up there, but a very good save. And from the corner, Donovan crosses the ball in towards the centre. It's headed up in the air. Dempsey wins the header, flicks it back towards Joel Campbell here. Campbell finds Johnson. I go for a strike, but then I fake shot instead. Lose the ball, but as Oscar also loses the ball, it comes to Campbell. Campbell fake shots around his man. It comes to Dempsey. Dempsey slides it through to Ruiz, and Ruiz does make it 2-2. So a good finish by Brian Ruiz. We've came from 2-0 down to make it 2-2, and I was sitting there thinking maybe, just maybe, we can get that third goal and qualify to the knockout stages. If we win, we have a chance, and the 75th minute, a great chance for us to make it 3-2. Donovan goes down the right hand side, swings it across, Campbell goes for the header, it's up in the air, Dempsey wins the follow-up header, but it goes agonisingly wide of the post and out for a goal kick. So still 2-2, but I was on ultra attacking, I was throwing all the bodies forward. You can see there I just brought on Dos Santos Ferreira. I was doing everything I could to get myself forward and try and get that third goal and get us through to knockout stages, but of course, unfortunately for us, a far post cross finds Pato, and Pato heads it in. So it was just a case of I lost the game by chasing it. You know, I tried really, really hard to get myself back in the game and back into contention. I did that. I made it 2-2 from 2 goals down. But after that, I had to score a winner. I threw everybody forward, but I just didn't have the muscle back at the defence, and I ended up losing the game by chasing the win. It wouldn't matter anyway, to be honest, because a draw wouldn't be good enough for us. So I guess at least I went out there and tried to win the game. But in the 90th minute, the last chance would fall to me, but I messed it up with Dempsey on the one-on-one, which is not a real surprise. I didn't really fancy my chances there, and that was also the last chance of the game. So we lost the game by 3 goals to 2. That's a real shame. You know, again, it doesn't matter that we lost the game, because a draw would have, you know, basically been a loss anyway. It wouldn't have meant anything to us. We had to win the game, so I lost it by chasing it, but at least I got myself back in the game from 2-0 down. That was some kind of show of motivation and some kind of show of a positive change at least. But even so, we lost 3-2. We are out of the World Cup in the group stages for the first time since our first ever attempt, and it's very frustrating, but yeah, I'll just have to sort it out and hopefully qualify for the knockout stages next time and have a much better campaign. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the episode, please do leave a like, because it's much appreciated and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of my World Cup series very soon, where hopefully we'll be playing a lot better.